Right, could you start off by introducing yourself?
Yeah, of course. My name is Roel Wever. I'm a director at the BMC in the Netherlands. BMC is a consultancy firm that helps cities and governments in the Netherlands, but also in Europe. We're helping governments by acting better, acting together, getting problems solved, that kind of acts. So that's what we are doing.
Well, thank you. Could you maybe give a short definition of town twinning?
In my opinion, town twinning is the way cities across borders can help each other to develop better ways to work in their country, in their city.
And for which reasons do local authorities develop twinning relationships?
The reasons why they do this kind of stuff is to get things better, to learn from each other. I think that's the most important thing by twinning, learning from each other. And it's not so that only the Eastern countries can learn from the Western countries. I think they can learn from each other. They can learn from the way cultural activities are being activated in these countries, the way which we are doing politics, the way we are getting campaigns for elections, all that kind of things we can learn from each other.
And do you think there's any potential in town twinning? Which kind of aims can be reached with town twinning?
I think there's potential, but there's also a big problem at this moment. We are in a financial crisis all over Europe. In the Netherlands, there's much of discussion about twinning, about international relationships, but also about expenses for conferences, expenses for hotels. So that's a problem. But at the same time, the European Union and the Council of Europe are very busy and getting things better. The Code Good Governance from the Council of Europe is a good example that you can use for twinning. And if the home ministries in the European countries sustain that idea of good governance, then we can get twinning on a higher level.
And which hints would you give the local authority wishing to develop twinning relationships with a European partner?
I think one of the best suggestions you can make to them is get in contact with the associations of local governments. In the Netherlands, that's called the VNG. Almost every country has some kind of VNG. Come in contact with them. They have international civil servants. They know the way in Europe. They can help you find a good partner. I think that's very important. Find a partner which you have something to do with. People have to like each other, have to trust each other, have to get a laugh so now and then. That's good. When the relationships develop like this, then I think twinning can become a success.
And how can cities find this new life partner?
They can find them by searching themselves. I mean, the internet has lots of possibilities. I've been in the United States, and I've been there with the Consulate General in San Francisco. And if I wanted to, I could get a relationship between a Netherlands city and an American city. So you can, at so many ways, find a partner city. That's no problem at all, I think.
And which factors are crucial for the success of a twinning relationship?
In my opinion, the human factor is the most important factor in a successful relationship between cities. The mayors have to have something together. They have to like each other. If that's not the way, I think nothing's going to happen. That same goes for the city managers. Members of the council, they have to meet each other. They have to do things together. They have to like each other a bit. And I think if you really want to make it successful, try to reach to the citizens. Try to get exchange between citizens. Musical exchange, sportive exchange. Then twinning becomes something from the city at all.
So the social aspect is really important in city twinning?
Yes, in my opinion, the social aspect is very important. Cities are there only for their citizens. They are not there for themselves, they are for their citizens. So if they can explain why twinning is important for the citizens, then it becomes a success.
And in your opinion, what are the most promising recent developments in town twinning?
I said it before, I think one of the most promising developments is the Code of Good Governance. I think it's very important that every city in Europe has to comply with this Code of Good Governance, that they can learn from this code, and they can learn from each other in introducing this code in their own country, in their own city, in their own council, in their own confederation of aldermen and mayors. If that's happening, it's coming very good with the twinning. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And which were the elements of success in this 2-year project?
The elements of success were those twinning relations, by the way, like Dordrecht and Varna, that invested in each other, that really learned from each other. I heard the people of Dordrecht say they have learned from Varna, learned about touristic policy, how they do that in Varna. And at the other hand, the people of Varna learned from Dordrecht how they are coping with the region, how they're coping with their companies in their city, and that kind of stuff. That are the most successful examples.
But that can only happen when people actually talk to each other.
Absolutely. When we don't talk with each other, nothing's going to happen.
And which are the possibilities of future developments after this city project?
After this city project, I think there's much more to do on a national level. The countries have to give criteria to their cities. They have to help their cities in becoming far better, in becoming more interested in learning from each other, in helping them to get this done. Not in every country the national state gives cities opportunities to act and invest in twinning. And I think national governments have to invest more in these kind of stuff.
And as my last question, what do you think the future of town twinning is going to look like?
I hope it will sometime come so far that town twinning isn't necessary anymore, that we have a federation of European cities. Now we have the VNG, the local association, and the national association in the Netherlands. I hope we get a European association of governments, of local governments, in which we are all a member.
Local governments that talk to each other.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.